The Z Flip 3 is an interesting device developed by Samsung. Samsung made the necessary changes to this device from its predecessor, the Z Flip 2, to make purchasing this device an enticing option. A major complaint I had with the Z Flip 2 was that the outer display was just far too small to actually interact with. However, with the Z Flip 3, you get a 1.9-inch outer display, and this display is actually very useful. Within this outer display, you're able to receive notifications, you can use it to set a timer, you can change the background, you can use it as a viewfinder when taking a selfie, and you can even add widgets to it. The outer display this year is truly useful on the Z Flip 3, and it does eliminate the friction of me having to actually unfold my device to use it.
I don't understand why you're taking home. You've had me at alone.
How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ and this is the Z Flip 3. In this video, we're going to discuss what it's been like to use the Z Flip 3 as my daily driver and if it's worth your hard-earned money. If you guys want to see more content on the Z Flip 3 or other Samsung products, then do me a huge favor, drop a like on this video and of course subscribe to the channel. That will help me out a ton and I would really appreciate it. At least once a day, if I'm out in public, someone somewhere always has questions about this phone. It is a great conversation starter if you have social anxiety and you're unsure about how to approach a conversation. All you gotta do is whip out your phone and be like, hey, have you ever seen a foldable smartphone? Trust me, the look on some people's faces are absolutely priceless because all they've been dealing with their entire lives have been an iPhone. So they're not really used to innovation. When you think about it, this form factor is quite unique. It's a compact foldable device that once unfolded transforms into a fairly normal, by 2022 standards, 6.7-inch smartphone. That's virtually the same size as an iPhone 13 Pro Max, but with a narrower width, making it much easier to navigate and use with one hand. Typing on the Z Flip 3 is also very easy. You have full access to the keyboard and you aren't really straining your thumb trying to reach a specific letter. Everything is just fully accessible all within your thumb's reach. This is such an amazing form factor. I love rocking this device because it's just so compact. It fits into any size pocket, making it highly portable. There's no question about it. The form factor is the ultimate selling point. But for me personally, aggressively hanging up the phone like a boss on annoying telemarketers makes this phone worth $999. That's right, the Z Fold 3 can now be had for at around $1,000 give or take. That is down from $1,400. We now have a foldable smartphone just shy of under $1,000. That is absolutely incredible. This makes the Z Flip 3 affordable to the masses and a lot of curious consumers. So to everyone who's ever wanted to try a foldable, this is a great place to start. Now, a question I often get asked is how's the durability on the Z Flip 3? Followed by, does the crease found in the middle of the device bother you? Well, in all honesty, this has been an extremely durable phone. I've been using this for a little bit over a month now and I can say with confidence that durability is really not an issue. If you're fairly careful with your devices, then you'll have no issues with durability whatsoever. But what I have noticed is purchasing a good durable case for this kind of a form factor can be a rather difficult task. The good news is, since more and more people seem to be interested in the Z Flip lineup, case companies such as Casetify have now hopped on board to produce nice protective cases for the Z Flip 3. Introducing Casetify Z Flip 3 Impact and Crush cases. These cases are customizable, slim, and protective, made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials. This is a two-part case and both of these pieces are coated with an antimicrobial coating which eliminates 99% of bacteria by preventing the growth of microbes and bacteria from sticking to the back of your phone. This is an amazing feature for a germaphobe such as myself. There is no more need to constantly wipe down my phone throughout the day. I personally like these cases because they do maintain that slim profile of the Z Flip 3, all while providing good drop protection with what Casetify calls Tech 2.0. This provides up to 5 feet of drop protection when the phone is unfolded. The sides for the case are flexible and the backplate is solid and sturdy, making the grip and the fit ideal when folded. If you guys are already familiar with Casetify, you know that they have a plethora of designs to match your personality. You can express yourself with different colors, different fonts, or even by using your name or monogram. The customizability is truly endless with Casetify. So if you guys want to pick up any of these cases, head on over to casetify.com/rjtech. There is a link in the description below and you'll be eligible for a 15% discount off your purchase. And thanks to Casetify for sponsoring this video. Circling back to my second most frequently asked question, does Does the crease across the center of the flip bother you? To be quite blunt, no, it does not bother me. Your brain honestly adapts to it after a couple of days of usage, and it doesn't interfere with my day-to-day interactions with this phone. However, you do feel the crease when you're scrolling through your phone. Your thumb sort of takes a little dive and then comes back up. You do notice a slight bump, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for this form factor. Now, we all know Samsung is at the cutting edge of innovation when it comes to display tech, and the Z Flip 3 is no slouch. This is a 6.7-inch Full HD display with a 120Hz refresh rate. Watching content on this device is amazing. It still blows my mind that a phone as compact as this can be unfolded to showcase a behemoth of a display. Like, this is some next level sorcery. It's no secret that I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I also love interacting and reading the comments when I'm watching a video. With the Z Flip 3, you can view media on the top half of the display while scrolling and reading through the comments on the bottom half. This is one of my favorite uses of the Z Flip. It just makes watching content that much more interactive. Speaking of my favorite features, something that many people don't seem to know is that you can use Samsung Pay on this device with the cover screen. I use this all the time and it's definitely a lifesaver. What's really been impressive to me is the durability of this hinge. You can prop up the Z Flip to almost any angle, and that's a testament to the strength and build of this hinge. Instead of relying on an in-display fingerprint reader, Samsung opted to embed the fingerprint scanner within the power button. And if you guys watch my channel frequently, then you know just how much I love a physical fingerprint reader. I just personally find them to be much more reliable, and on the Z Flip 3 I haven't had any issues with the fingerprint reader. It's been reliable every single time. For a foldable phone, the Z Flip 3 comes with impressive stereo speakers. These speakers are much better than what was found on the Z Flip 2. These speakers do sound better and a lot fuller. So I have some fairly large hands and I still have difficulties accessing the volume rockers when this phone is unfolded. Keep in mind, this is a pretty tall form factor, and to place the volume rockers all the way up here just doesn't make any sense to me. I think it would have made a lot more sense to move the volume rockers over to the left side where there's no buttons at all. Now, one of the drawbacks of this form factor is that the battery is not the greatest. The Z Flip 3's only got a 3300 mAh battery, and you have to remember that this is split between the top and the bottom of the phone, powering a 120Hz panel. I've only been able to average around 5 hours of screen on time on a good day. But if you're one of those individuals who don't live off their smartphone, then 5 hours of screen on time should be plenty. This phone does feature 15 watts fast charging along with 10 watts wireless charging. A cool party trick with this phone is that it does come with reverse wireless charging. I use reverse wireless charging to top off my iPhone sometimes, and I do feel like reverse wireless charging should be available on every phone. You just never know when this feature is going to come in clutch. On the camera front, we have a dual rear camera system with a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. I took a lot of shots during my brother-in-law's birthday party, and these pictures were all shot in indoor lighting conditions. And I have to say, some of these images came out fantastic. Great attention to detail. The cameras do a terrific job of lighting darker skin, and it does look very natural. I also haven't noticed any shutter lag, which Samsung is notoriously known for. But what I did notice though is that the camera does have a tendency to overblow highlights, as you guys can see from the background of some of these pictures. Portrait mode is also very good on the Z Flip 3. There's good separation between the subject and the background, but little details like the hair are blurred out. On the video front, you can record 4K at 60 FPS, and as per usual, Samsung still leads the Android industry in the video quality department. But there's more to this camera system when the Flip is folded. You can double tap on the power button to pull up the selfie camera and use the cover screen as a viewfinder. You can also switch from left to right to switch from photo to video mode. I consider the selfie camera to be quite good. It's not nearly as good as flagship quality selfie cameras, but it's more than good enough to get the job done. Overall, I would definitely recommend the Z Flip 3 in 2022. The only real drawback at this point being subpar battery life. But if you can somehow find your way around that, this is a must buy for anyone who's just bored of their regular old smartphone and want to experience something refreshing and new. You can find the Z Flip 3 for around $1,000 or less these days if you want to go the used route. Don't forget to check out our channel sponsor Casetify. There is a link in the description below for anyone looking to pick up a nice customizable case. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to flip with your tech.